So I'm in Pori, and just going to tell you a little bit about this jazz festival that's going on. Pori Jazz it's called. You can see where the name comes from. Yeah, there's lots of free concerts and stages. Like this one. Would you call that jazz? I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, that's one stage. This is another free stage. I think this is definitely jazz, isn't it? You can see the river behind. Maybe. So all of this is free of charge. And the whole town is actually really full. What do you think of that one? Give it a mark out of 10 in the comments. So the other thing to say as well is that it's absolutely boiling hot. It's like 30 degrees or very close to it. So these like shady boulevards, they're a bit of a lifesaver. The other thing as well is in the summer months a lot of the streets are pedestrianised. So you know, there's some very quiet things, and you know, so basically these terraces where people can kind of sit and have a few drinks. That's another way of cooling down, of course, isn't it? Not that I kind of recommend that one. This festival, it goes on for, I think it starts in earnest like Wednesday, Thursday time, something like that, and it goes on until Saturday. There's a poster coming up. Oh yeah, the other thing as well is loads of people from out of town come for this music festival. It's kind of on the radar in Finland, you know, a bit like how Wimbledon is. It's an event. So, okay, so here you go. So this is just showing you the lineup for tomorrow. So Sting's headlining, and then you've got some other bands. Tickets are quite expensive. It's like well over €100, I think, just for one day. Somebody can correct me in the comments if that's wrong. So this is the main town square. Pori being Pori, it's always full of surprises. Oh, actually you can see that the temperature was 29 degrees, so not quite 30 degrees. So yeah, this is, often they have concerts here, but I would have thought that they would have had sort of one of the free jazz festival stages here, but of course not. And as I was saying, I don't know, there's some cockamusses. I'll just turn the camera. Cockamusses, like one of these political parties. Don't like politics. Yeah, so it's on the kind of circuit of summer events in Finland. Is Pori Jazz, a bit like Wimbledon, as I say, British Grand Prix, you know, Royal Ascot or something. So it attracts lots of people, not just from Pori but from all over Finland. You might even get an odd person from abroad here. All of this stuff isn't normally here, you know, they're just sort of selling band t-shirts and that. I think it's not sold out yet, so I think that people, or maybe people are collecting tickets there, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to head back down towards the river. Something that I wasn't expecting is this. I'm near the main church in Pori, and I can hear some, I don't know, I suppose you'd call it choral music, wouldn't you? So I'll just show you this stage. Again, this is all free. There's coffee stalls and everything here. Singing, actually, choral singing is quite a big part of Finnish culture. I'll just turn the camera around. It sounds quite nice. I think they were saying amen. That's a word obviously that's the same in both languages. My only kind of feeling is that, as it was in many other countries during the period of biomedical fascism, the church here was, or some churches anyway, were excluding people who hadn't had the juice, hadn't partaken of the juice. I'm not sure, honestly, I'm just not sure. Well, I am sure actually that Jesus wouldn't have approved of that. You know, the guy that would hang out with lepers. Anyway, let us go on, as they say. I've talked about this before, you know, that if you want to, if you've got an, I don't know, an evil agenda and you want to destroy something good, then what you do is you take over that thing that's good and you corrupt it from within, so that people associate your kind of fake creation with the real thing. And I think that that's what's happened in Christianity, you know, particularly people they've lost track of the wonderful advice given to us by Jesus. So anyway, you know that I like a bit of a mixture on this channel, so I'm now going to just give you a little. In some YouTube channels they kind of do these, they walk around and they just basically show you what's going on in a city. So this is what Pori looks like on a hot sunny day. This bar, it's run by the local ice hockey team, and the idea of it was going to make a profit, and that was going to help fund players' wages. Do you recognise that riff? Funny. Even I can play that on the guitar. So we're getting very near now to the main sort of free area of this festival. So this is the stage that I showed you before, the back of it, and we're actually going to move on to what they call the Jazz Katu, Jazz Street. This is the first time it's been back. It's on this street for, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years or something, and it's been something that the people in Pori have kind of been clambering for. They've been asking the council, can we move this jazz street back to this road that runs alongside the river, because for the last few years it's been on an island, which I'll show you later, i.e. away from the main part of town. You can see as well something that I've been noticing since the turn of the year, which is an awful lot of people with mobility problems, a lot more than I ever remember before. And yeah, well, you can draw your own conclusions on what's happened. For me, I think what it's telling me is that maybe some of the juice was slow acting juice. Again, this stuff here, I don't know, you know, you just got shops stalls selling licorice and, I don't know, jewellery and stuff, ice cream, fair enough. But you know, I think once the people of Pori get something into their head that they want this jazz katu back on this road again, they won't give up until they get what they want. So you can see here, I don't know what this has got to do with jazz, Berlin Donna. The local council have got a little stall there selling knickknacks. What else have we got? Don't know what that is. Sunglasses, some Greek food. And what it tastes like. Then you got this, you know, you have these all over the place. Actually, this is salmon and these little fish here, moiku. They're like little salmonoid type fish. Very, very tasty. Again, you got this. Quite what this has got to do with jazz, don't really know. What's this? Some more jewellery and stuff. What else have we got? Don't know what this is. Oh, it's internets of providers with their pink outfits on. Very nice. So yeah, can you see across the way there? There's the river in front of you, and then there's it's an island basically, and that's where the main paid Pori jazz event actually happens. This is quite nice. It's an old boat that's been converted into a bar, and it also looks like there's going to be some free music on there. There's a sound desk and everything, so I don't know who's going to be on there. Whether I'll probably be actually in the paid bit of the festival, maybe. In fact, there we go. There's the lineup, and then you can also see the drinks prices. So yeah. On my channel, a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, you should work for the tourist board in Pori," because I only ever seem to say nice things about Pori and the Pori liner. Well, I was going to have a drink in that Barco thing, but if there's any sort of a queue here, it's a nightmare, because one of the things that they do that seems to be a cultural norm here is that everybody pays for their own drinks. So, you know, you might have a group of like friends and they all buy their own drink separately, which obviously slows things down a lot. There is a growing use of cash. I'm seeing more people using cash. And I'm also seeing a lot more people who are rejecting self-checkout. But you know, it does hold things up. You know, when you have people, I find, paying with card is so much slower than cash. You know, like inevitably the first couple of cards, they don't work, and then they start scrambling around in their bag. Oh look, I'll show you this. Oh, there's somebody on, can you see in the distance there, somebody on a paddle board. So it's actually really quite warm. And you know, this is the kind of summer life in Finland. You know, people don't think, they just sort of think Finland, oh yeah, there's polar bears here and it's always cold and there's always sun. That's not true at all. In fact, what I would say is the summers here are often quite a bit warmer than in England. You can see in the distance there's like a little beach, and that's on the river with people swimming in the river water. So yeah, it really is. Do you remember that ABBA song, Summer Night City? Pori's a bit like that. So Pori is a real summer city. You don't see a lot of people around in the winter, but they all come out when it's you know, when the sun's shining, and for a drink on the bar terrace or to go to these music festivals. So all these people here, they'll be heading out, they'll have tickets and they'll be going to the music festival. I'll show you a bit more of that later. A little bit of a philosophical interlude from me here. Personally, I remember as a kid growing up, it was Christmas, and my dad, he enjoyed Christmas, enjoyed it a lot. And one year, I remember looking at the presents. Me and my brother had got loads and loads of presents, and then I suddenly looked and I thought, well, my dad didn't have any presents, and I kind of felt, because I kind of felt bad, you know, so I said to my dad, you know, what happened to all your presents? And he said, you know, for me, the pleasure is in the giving. And I know that sounds a bit kind of cheesy, but there was no one, he wasn't kind of virtue signaling to anybody. It was just straight from the heart. And that was the type of guy that he was. But what I'm saying here is it's the same sort of thing, you know. There's nothing wrong with buying somebody a drink. You know, you might not even get a drink back, but that's not the point. There can be real pleasure gained from giving. And, you know, I think the world would be the world's kind of forgotten that, I think. I think we've gone backwards in that respect. So there's nothing wrong with buying people drinks. You know, if you're with a bunch of friends, surely you kind of trust each other to, you know, stand a few drinks. You know, what do you want and what do you know? Anyway, each to their own. Like, you know, if you can't trust your mates, your friends, who can you trust?
You ready? Let's go. Sound beautiful. We can do it a little bit louder. One more time. I love giving you all my love. Here we go. Okay, you guys like. When the hook comes in, you know what to do.
Lands from Rise Above all like this.
Voitimme siirtää pöytään ajatuksen voimaan. Seinän takana mummo jatkas koetuskirjasta. Meillä oli hiljaista, hän ei kuullut yhtään mitään. Siinä sängyn laidalla, kun me kerran suurehtiin, mä uskon ihmeisiin. Mistä muistan sinut niin monen vuoden jälkeen? Käsivoiteesi tuossa, kai tunsin jostain edelleen. Vai tapahtuuko kenties jotain elämää suurempaa? Muistatko kuitenkin siinä sängyn laidalla, kun me kerran suurehtiin, oi mä uskon ihmeisiin. Tähtilampun siinä sängyn laidalla, kun me kerran suurehtiin, oi mä uskon ihmeisiin. Sain toivomaan vielä enemmän. Sain mut nauramaan, sain mut laulamaan, antoi mulle sävelmän. Hyvä haltija tahoen, yön kuningatar hän. Onninen nimi iskelmään. Kun kesä syksyyn vaihtuu, lehtien näen lentävän, tunnen saman ikävän. Poissa olen. soitettu ja ei
Let me find that your hands that are touching me is not the one it's supposed to be. Your lips an illusion. Let me be the only fool for your embrace. Let me fall upon my face. I like this strange illusion. Love is overrated. Why is it the only thing I said? If love is overrated, why is the one I'm in the one that I deserve? I can tell you, oh, it feels so real. Every touch that I steal, your arms an illusion. Let me be the only fool for your embrace.
Never go back, never go shifting into fire again. I can see that blue that disappears. Never go back. Never go back. Never go back. Never go back.
So this is day 2 at the Jazz Festival. I've not shown you this stage before. There's 3 paid stages, so, and this is definitely jazz. It's hot again, really hot.
Thank you so much.
I love you so much. Lie awake, she's gone. As the days grow long, lie awake when she's gone. Go, go, go. As the days grow long, so long. Lie awake, she's gone. Through a purple canyon. Going out my mind for me. Purple canyon. I'm stumbling through a purple canyon. Going out my mind for me. Let a little cold run through the window. Feel the day gets old and I start to ignore.